Hey folks, it's Jang here from jangbricks.com, and this is my custom Lego city, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different here in this video. I am going to take you on a little tour around the city to show you some of the sights and some of the smaller details, but as I do that, for narrative, I'm just going to be answering frequently asked viewer questions that keep coming up over and over and over again. I try to answer these on a pretty regular basis, so let's just go through it again now. And I'm going to start from some fairly general questions. First of all, where do I get these Lego bricks that I use to build up all this stuff? A lot of the stuff comes from disassembling the sets that I buy and assemble to review for all of you. And then a lot of them, well, a fair number, come from actually going to Lego stores or buying from the Lego store online. They have the pick-a-brick system that allows you to pick out individual bricks that you want to get. And then I also buy from Bricklink, bricklink.com. They have different sellers there, and I have a whole playlist on my channel that shows the process of actually opening up packages from Bricklink and showing you what pieces are inside, and then over time you can see those exact pieces show up in some of these custom creations. So it kind of shows you the end to end. Road base plates included. I get a lot of questions about road plates, and those, some of them I get from Bricklink, most of them I've gotten by buying them from Lego online, from the Lego store online. Dust. I keep getting the question about how I deal with dust, because any kind of display that is open topped is going to collect dust. I have a whole video just to cover that, so I won't have to answer that here. Just search my channel, specifically not all of YouTube, just my channel, the channel specific search for the word dust, and it'll come up. I think the title of the video is something like how I deal with, or how to deal with dust in Lego layouts. Next question, tables. Where do I get my tables? What tables do I use to put all of this stuff on? Well, let's actually go down this way. I personally have used tables from IKEA. The tops are called Lindman and the legs are called Adils. But if you're table shopping, if you're looking for tables to set up your own layout or something, don't just go to IKEA and buy Lindman and Adils. It's not going to work for you. You need to go table shopping. You need to go and find what's going to work for you. You need to measure, remeasure your area and make sure that you know exactly what size that you need, and just do a little bit of experimentation, do it all on paper. Make sure you come up with a layout that's going to work for you, and make sure that you have the ability to access all areas of the layout that you're going to put together. Speaking of which, there's a hole there, and there's another hole over there. So that gets us to another pair of commonly asked questions. Why do I have these holes in my layout, and how do I access everything back there? All that other stuff back there. So I can reach about this far reasonably, about to here, just with my arm. So everything else, everything from here back, is accessed by using those holes. I just crawl under the tables, and that's how I'm able to get to all that space back there. I can reach any of that. So that's what those holes are there for. Those holes are not going to be filled up. They might be shifted around from time to time just a little bit, but I need that space to be open and unoccupied at all times so that I can actually access that stuff, and I'm not going to fill those areas in. Next question, when is all of this going to be done? Well, two questions here. When's it going to be done? And once it is done, then what? Well, when is, honestly, I don't know the answer to that question. It'll be done when it's done. You know, I work on this stuff when I'm able to. I'm not here working on my custom layout on a constant basis by any means. Other stuff has to take priority, but it'll be done when it's done, and done is a relative term. Done to me means it's filled. All the empty spaces, all the open spaces are used up. But once that's done, once those spaces are filled up, then I'm just going to start changing stuff, because by the time that happens, I'll be tired of some of the things that I've already put in here in the past, and it'll be time for me to make room for newer stuff. So that's how that's going to work out. On that note, I think it's time to move on to some more specific questions. I do get a lot of specific questions about whether I'm going to have X or Y in this layout, or if I'm going to build a certain type of building, if I'm going to have a certain type of area. Why don't I have certain things here already? The answer to most questions about why things aren't here is that the city just isn't done, period, right? But let me actually take you through some of the empty spaces that have plans for them already laid out, and the plans haven't changed. So folks who have followed my videos for a while have already heard this list, but I'm just going to go through it again, starting over on this far side. All that green space, that's all reserved for residences. So houses and apartments and places for minifigs to live will go there. It'll be done when it's done, just like everything else, but that's what all that space is reserved for residences. And then let's see, what else is empty here? Well, we got some big empty spaces here. First of all, train station with a connector between the main line and the elevated line. There'll be kind of light industrial area back there. That's the Planetary Defense Force base area, all reserved for that, obviously. And then this, in kind of the middle here, middle front area, is kind of the downtown strip. So office buildings will go here, including at least 2 skyscrapers, one modest in size, one fairly tall. And again, will be worked on when it's worked on. More office buildings, probably a restaurant is supposed to, or at least one restaurant is supposed to go over here. Other light commercial stuff is going to go over here. Pet store is most likely going to go in that spot, and also along this whole strip here will be another elevated rail station, just a small one, more space for just another small shop. And then back there is space, come on, let's get to it, is all industrial, mostly light to medium industrial all the way back there. Obviously, I've got a harbor area over here with cargo loading, offloading facilities, and that pretty much covers the stuff that's going to be here. Again, nothing is done, so a lot of details are missing yet, but that's just a matter of waiting. You know, time. It's going to take time to fill in even the details of things that are already here, such as the Planetary Defense Force base, the train yard back there, the park over here at this corner, which still has just a bunch of pieces saying, use me, put stuff here. So a lot remains to be done, but that covers all the stuff that is planned to be here for phase 1, for the first completion. I'm not going to remove anything. I do get a lot of requests, you know, take out the Minecraft corner and replace it with this. Take out the Planetary Defense Force base and replace it with that. I'm not going to do that. I'm building this how I want to build it. I've planned this out for quite a long time. I've been sharing the plans for quite a long time, and I'm going to stick to them. I'm going to build what I want to build. Still get a lot of questions about airports. There will be no airport. That has been the answer since the beginning, and it will not change. There will be no airport. There will be no civilian spaceport. There will be no heliport. Nothing related to anything about that will be here because there's no space. There's no space in this area to add more tables. I'm not taking anything out, so that's just the end of that story. So that pretty much covers the top questions that folks, real folks like you, real viewers, actually ask about my custom creations in general, and specifically about what's going on with this city. So thank you for watching. If you have any more questions, go ahead and post those up, and I'll answer the most frequently asked questions, most frequently asked by different people, not most frequently asked by the same people. Don't just post the same question over and over and over again. That just gets annoying. But thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you'll stick with me and follow as this continues towards its first completion. Bye for now.